Look, I need you to pay very close attention to what I'm about to tell you because this video is going to change the way you see every single interaction you've ever had. And if you click away right now, you're going to stay stuck being that person who always loses arguments, who always feels powerless when someone disrespects you, and who always walks away from confrontations thinking about what you should have said. So let me ask you something brutal. Have you ever been in a situation where someone humiliated you in front of others? Maybe at school, at work, in your friend group, and you just stood there frozen, your heart racing, your mind going blank, and later that night you replayed that moment over and over again, creating the perfect comeback that never came out of your mouth. Yeah, I know that feeling intimately, and that's exactly why I spent years studying dark psychology, not to become some manipulative monster, but to understand the invisible games people play so I never feel powerless again. And today I'm handing you 5 psychological weapons that will flip the script on anyone who tries to mess with you. And here's the thing, these aren't theories from some dusty textbook. These are battle-tested strategies that work in the real world, in real conflicts with real consequences. So let's get into it. The first technique is called strategic silence, and it's probably the most underrated power move that exists. See, when someone attacks you verbally, your natural instinct is to defend yourself immediately, to explain, to justify, to fight back. But here's what happens when you do that. You give them exactly what they want. You show them that their words have power over you. You become reactive instead of in control. So instead, when someone throws an insult or tries to provoke you, you do nothing. You maintain eye contact. You let the silence hang in the air. You maybe even tilt your head slightly like you're studying a mildly interesting specimen and watch what happens. They start to squirm. They start to feel the pressure of their own words echoing back at them. They might even repeat themselves or try harder, which makes them look desperate, not powerful. There was this guy in my college who used to make snide comments about me in front of others, and one day, instead of firing back, I just looked at him, smiled slightly, and turned back to my conversation like he was background noise. And I swear the shift in how everyone perceived him versus me was immediate. He looked small and attention-seeking while I looked unbothered and confident. That's the power of strategic silence. The second technique is what I call emotional invisibility, and this is where you learn to become unreadable. You see, most people wear their emotions on their face like a billboard, and that makes them incredibly easy to manipulate. Think about it. If someone can see that their words hurt you, they know exactly where to strike again. If they can see that you're angry, they know they've gotten under your skin. So you need to train yourself to control your micro-expressions, to keep your face neutral even when you're burning inside. And this isn't about being fake or robotic. It's about choosing who gets to see the real you and who only gets to see the version you decide to show them. Practice in the mirror, practice in low-stakes situations. Learn to breathe through emotional reactions before they reach your face, and soon you'll notice something incredible happening. People will start treating you differently. They'll be more careful around you. They'll respect boundaries they used to trample over, because humans are wired to be cautious around what they can't predict. And you've just become unpredictable. Now, before I drop the third technique, which honestly might be the most powerful one, I want to say something real. The people who watch until the end of these types of videos, the ones who actually take notes and think deeply about what they're learning, those are the people who end up winning in life. And if you're one of those people, you probably already know that hitting subscribe isn't for me. It's a signal to yourself that you're serious about leveling up your understanding of human nature. Anyway, let's keep going. Technique number 3 is called the reversal, and it's devastatingly effective. Here's how it works. When someone criticizes you, instead of defending yourself, you agree with them so hard that it becomes absurd. Let's say someone says you're weird. You respond with something like, "Yeah, you have no idea how weird. I was just thinking about collecting vintage doorknobs as a hobby," delivered with complete deadpan sincerity. What this does is it takes away all their power. They threw a punch expecting resistance, and instead they hit air. There's nothing to push against, no reaction to feed on. They wanted to hurt you, but you just turned their attack into comedy. And here's the psychological depth behind this. Most people who attack others are looking for a specific reaction. They want submission, they want anger, they want tears. By giving them absurdity, instead, you completely short-circuit their script and leave them confused about how to proceed. It's basically a verbal martial arts move. The fourth technique is delayed response, and this one requires patience, but it's worth it. See, when someone expects you to respond immediately to their aggression, and you don't, when days or weeks go by and then you calmly address the issue on your terms, at a time and place you choose, you demonstrate that you're not operating on their timeline. You're operating on yours. You're essentially saying without words that their attack wasn't important enough to warrant immediate attention, but now that you have a moment, you'll address it. This drives certain personality types absolutely crazy because they crave instant impact and you've denied them that. Plus it gives you time to plan, to think strategically, to consult others, to choose your words carefully instead of reacting emotionally. And finally, technique number 5 is what I call the network effect. And this is playing the long game. You see, isolated individuals are easy targets, but people who are connected, who are valued by others, who have social proof and allies, they're basically untouchable. So instead of focusing on destroying your enemies, focus on becoming so valuable, so connected, so appreciated by others that attacking you becomes a risky move for anyone. Build genuine relationships. Be the person who helps others. Be the one who remembers birthdays and offers support during hard times. Create a web of mutual respect and loyalty around yourself, and watch how people who used to challenge you suddenly become much more respectful, not because you threatened them, but because they realize that messing with you means potentially messing with everyone who values you. This is how powerful people actually protect themselves. Not through aggression, but through strategic alliance building. Now listen to me carefully as we wrap this up because this is important. Knowing these techniques isn't enough. You have to practice them. You have to internalize them until they become second nature. And here's the uncomfortable truth that most people don't want to hear. You're either studying human psychology or you're being controlled by people who do. There is no neutral position. Every day you interact with people who are trying to influence you, manipulate you, control you. And the question isn't whether these games exist. The question is whether you're going to keep being a piece on someone else's chessboard or finally become a player yourself. So here's what I want you to do right now. Think about one person who has made you feel small, powerless, or disrespected. Picture their face, remember how they made you feel, and then imagine yourself using just one of these techniques the next time they try it. Imagine maintaining that silence, that unreadable expression. Imagine their confusion when their old tricks don't work anymore. That future version of you who doesn't flinch, who doesn't crumble, who commands respect without demanding it. That version of you is just on the other side of implementation. So stop watching videos about power and start becoming powerful. Your move.